So, there any questions today?
Salam, doctor.
Salam. Chapter 73, verse number 1.
Can you repeat again, doctor?
Chapter 73, verse number 1. 7-3. We are covering up so many things conceived in our heart. And we think we are really covering it from the people, but not from Allah. Allah is fully knowledgeable whether you are plain and open or you are concealing and hiding. Whether you hide in the night or you come out in the plain, both are same to Allah. So Allah is calling you, oh, you who are covering up. What does it mean? What are we covering? We are covering all our arrogance with a plain of ignorance or innocence to show the people we are humble and gentle. We are covering up all our sadness, showing outwardly a smile, making them understand that we are not saddened by anything. We have a fear inside, but we don't show it out. Feigning of a boldness when you are chicken-hearted inside. So everything what we show outside is different. What we are truly is different one. And nobody is assured of the coming days, but we are assuring ourselves because we have some means to earn the livelihood in this earth. We have certain element of self-esteem, and we judge other people's blame, other people's culpability, other people's liability, everything, while we think we are pure. Allah now asks you, oh, you rats in your ornament, in your garment, in your robes, and in your false prestige. Everything is, we are covering up. Is it right or wrong concerning each one of us in everyday practice of our life, right before the eyes of Allah? So in one word, Allah calls you, oh, the miserable. Oh, the ones who thinks Allah doesn't know. Oh, the people of faith. Is it your faith? Are you cocooning thinking that you will be liberated as butterfly in the days to come, but actually you're wrapping up with your painting before others, making them believe while we are deceitful, having double standards all the time, having duplicity in the mind, outwardly good, inwardly bad, outwardly generous, inwardly restricting, outwardly I am doing charity, but inwardly I am earning out of the charity. My mind thinks about a business in charity. So Allah calls each one of us who the ones in their raiment, in their adornment. This is the meaning of the first sentence. And now the next part of it. Actually, I am wrapping up under the clothing, under the bed sheet during my night. Or I am very much downhearted, cast down feeling. I am in such despicable situation. I think I am forsaken by God Himself, forlorn. What to think of myself now? Nothing. My whole world has become dark. The darkness in your life is not actually the night darkness, but I don't find a way. In darkness, I don't see a way unless the light comes upon. And when I am down and out, when I have no way to sustain, and I don't see even a leeway for my access to the worldly means of survival, then I feel that I have no way at all. A gloom and darkness have surrounded me. At this situation, Allah calls you, oh, the one hopeless. It is the night, it is the gloom, it is the darkness. Your knowledge has come to a standstill and you don't find a way. Allah calls you, oh, the ones in the raiment, the ones in the robe, the ones under the blanket. Are we left out of anything that God doesn't know about us now? He knows everything and He calls us. First, it is the dua from Him. Dua means calling. He makes a dua. He calls you. But we make a dua to Him, calling Him. This has been the practice of the people in all worlds. So their dua is not accepted. Their dua is akin to prayer. Their prayer is converted to physical prayer, not a mental, a spiritual. A prayer that overwhelms us by all blessings of Allah and the Malaika. If only we listen to Him. When Allah calls each of us, when we are in distress, He calls for you. Never worry, I have not forsaken you. Never worry, I have not ditched you. I am not angry at you, and I am full of conviction in my resolve to be gentle on you, to shower my mercy on you, and give you of my favor. Whenever Allah calls me, calls you, calls anyone, He comes down so descendingly to give His message first. Do not worry. Everyone has this message of God. He calls on you, that is dua. turn to me. Your mind has turned to your eyes and ears and your external senses. Let your mind be turned to the soul. From your soul, from the ruh that I have breathed in you, I am calling you to turn to me. You don't want any sadness. You don't want to worry. Whatever be the matter, be with you. That is so discouraging. So when I am receiving a message from him, my life must change. My good woman must envelop me, and my sense should be more awakened than it being gloomy. Feel the call of Allah inside of you. Listen to him all the time. He is calling you. Dua means calling. He is calling your attention. Turn your mind to the ruh, that is soul, and listen to the word from him all the time. Whatever that comes from the soul is Quran. He speaks nothing but from the Quran. He speaks nothing but of the Quran. He speaks nothing but standing by the Quran. His word is truthful, his calling is truthful, and his message is holy. Though every good thing that I have in my mind, whenever I am struck down, whenever I am so hopelessly made to surrender to him, no other go. Before you surrender to him, remind yourself that he has called you, so you bring your memory to him. So also he is calling all the time you have been luxuriously living, but we don't hear because we are so much enticed by the worldly pleasures of the physical world. All the time, be careful when he is calling you, making a dua. He is calling you with the dua, for you don't be absent-minded, don't be deaf and blind to me. Don't be ignorant that I am not with you. I am with you all the time, watching you day and night, whether you sleep or whether you are wakeful. Do you understand now the word for the ones in the robe, in the adornment, wake up call? That is the call from God, dua from God. You don't make any dua. He is calling you, listen to him. All good words come to you. Then you take the word back to him. You call it dua. Allah is truthfully speaking to you, truthfully calling you. He is so merciful. He likes you. He loves you. He has pardoned you. He has forgiven you. He is merciful. He is favoring. And Allah is coming down so low to your level and calls you. Just listen to him. Don't worry. I am with you. Is it not sufficient? Don't worry about what you had earned through your own hands all the while. I have made you a taste of it to taste it, a part of it, the smallest part of it, a part that you can really take it without difficulty, so that you can give a thought to why it has happened, and you can also listen to the call of God. Dua. It is only a test for you. The whole world, worldly life, is a trial and a test, not to live for long. So take the testing period as a testing period with patience and hearing to me. not with hastiness and making me hasty about whatever you are subjecting to me. For whatever reason you are calling upon, don't hasten me towards it. It is not for that I have given you a test. It is for you to remember me, and a frame is given how I am relieving it, and you will understand it if only you maintain your patience and perseverance in perseverance of the patience. So I will teach you what has happened to you and how you are being delivered. That wisdom will come to you. The more I am intent in listening to God, the quicker my relief will be. The more I am out of the way from turning deep inside and turning out and falling astray, it takes a longer time. God is so patient on you, so will you be patient, not hastening Him towards your desires. This is clear to us now from this sentence one.
Yes, doctor.
So now we are clear. We are free
Alhamdulillah.
from the gloom of darkness of our knowledge. And our consciousness is now going to be brightened up by the wakefulness towards my conscience. That is from the soul to the mind. There is no dua for us. Dua from Allah. Dua means calling. He calls you and He gives you a word. So Allah says, now stand on my word. Stand steadfast in my word. And Allah is not speaking to you for sport, or His word will not go in vain, provided you answer the call of Allah. And especially when you are gloomy, when you are in the darkness, when your knowledge is shut down, when your consciousness is not guiding you anymore, and your conscience alone is now speaking to you, that is the light of God. In the night, see the light. Don't drown in darkness. Don't drown in your worry. Don't think that I have left you because I am angry at you. I am not at all angry at you. If I am angry at you, you will be finished by the time. And there's not a streak of light in you. You want to be delivered out of your problem. You want to be well protected out of whatever you think as the future. How grievous and grievous it will be. You are thinking about your future. You want to be protected and saved and delivered of it. This is the word given to you by God. Without that word in you, you will not be thinking about having an escape from your depressed state, from your deprived state. So don't think that you are willing to, that your wish that you want to be saved from the situation that you are now encountering, or you'll be protected from more grievous situation that you would expect from tomorrow. Every good feel I have, my escape from my own disaster is a good feel. So before prior to that, Allah has called you. Did you listen to the call? At least now, retrospectively, I think for every good thing that I have in my heart, Allah has called me out by my name. From this moment onwards, never make a dua. This dua Allah doesn't like. But most of the people extending here, extending there, extending and extending up. both their hands. Water will not come to your mouth. This is the dua by the disbelievers. Chapter 13, verse number 40.
Verse number, doctor?
14. Can you someone read?
Should I read, doctor?
Yeah, someone. Anyway.
To call on him is true supplication. True. For those they invoke other than him do not answer them at all, except like a man who stretches his hands towards the water and that it reaches his mouth. But it will never reach it, nor more than error are the prayers of infidels.
The infidels prayer or not, unless word is here. Cry. Why do you cry? Why do you weep? Why do you sob when talking to Allah? Only so much is your belief in Him. When you call on Him, when you supplicate to Him, He will reject you. And there's no way that He can deliver you out of your problem, because you know your problem is more grievous. Even God cannot save you. And then now you make a prayer. But before that, God called you. The true call only belongs to Him. It is not for you to call Him as if He is unaware of you. He is looking elsewhere and He has forgotten your existence. It means that or not, when we call Allah, Ya Allah, we are calling, does it not mean that He is a deaf person, He is a blind person, He is a straying person who will not be looking intently my presence, and who will not pay attention, who may be forgetful of me? Everything is there or not when we are calling Allah? Is there or not? Is yes or no? But
yes,
He
doctor.
calls you. He calls you. The true caller calls you. And you listen to the call. Only when you listen to the call, that every good thing here, when I am in such a disastrous situation, in a depressed mode, deep inside of me tells me I must be freed from this. Is there or not? Who speaks to that? Who speaks to Him? That word. Except God. You think that it is your word. And you call Him now, tell Him, oh Allah, I want this. Do you know? You are unmindful of me. You don't know what's happening to me. You've got so many jobs. Like the people of other faiths, we also believe God has so many work to do. Only we have to call Him, remind Him, and put our supplication. And He may look to it later on. Maybe we are not in this list in the order, first, second, maybe 99% or thousands are a crore behind in the list of Him. He will listen to me only later on. That's how we see God. No, the moment you suffer, the same moment Allah tells you, don't worry, I am with you. That's so. Listen to His call all the time. All the good things in here is that He called you and then He gave you. But because I was deaf to His call, I do not know how He is communicating with me. I am thinking that every good feeling now I have is my own will, my own wish, my own desire. Every good thing is only from Him. Now, whoever calls Him, He calls Him with saddened heart, with burdensome mind. He is calling. If you are a believer in Allah, Unless you have the belief and Iman is full and you believe in Him that is truthful and He is merciful and He is benevolent and generous, how can we have sadness in our mind when we are calling Him? So you are calling Him with all sadness and all weeping and crying, with everything. You are an infidel. Don't raise your hand like this. Water won't come to your mouth. Water means your life will not come to your mouth. Allah has created every living being from water. That's His word. Water doesn't reach your mouth means you will not come alive from this. Do we have the meaning? Now, the true call is only belonging to Allah, not for you to call Him as if He is unmindful of you. The very word I am calling Ya Allah, that's unmindful. But if you're satisfied that Allah is listening to you, now you call Ya Allah. When you call Ya Allah, that means you are calling Him by His name, following Allah, Rahman and Rahim, Ghafur and Qadir, Hakim, like anything. You call Him specifically by His name, not wholesomely Allah, the none but you. The none but you for what? Oh, the reliever of my pains. I am a believer that you are the granter of peace to me. So if you are a believer in the grant of Allah that He gives you peace instantly, when He intends to do something to you, all that He says to it is be, and it is, for you, He says, if you believe in that, be at ease. Stay comfortable. Never be worried the moment you have called Him. If you are worried, seek forgiveness for your worry, not for your sins. Seek forgiveness for your worry. Still, you are not believing. 13, 14 is clear now.
Yes, doctor.
You will not raise your hands like this from this moment.
But doctor, there are many supplications in the Quran itself.
Yes. Yes.
So when do we supplicate Allah then?
Whenever you are in trouble, it is easy to supplicate.
Yes.
Submit our need. The need is given to us by Him. Without He delivering the news to me, there's no way that I can find what I need. I don't even know what I need, with what I should call on. Why I should call on Him? And what my next work will be in this world itself, even if I don't remember Him. I only take up His word and start doing things. If you are afraid of your efforts in this world, if your work in this world, that is sufficient. That fear is only because you know very well that you cannot do the work in the way that you want to do, and you are not sure that it will work out in your favor. So you fear. That fear automatically goes to Allah. So from that point, you are receiving something out of His mercy, though you do not know that you are calling Him. Your fear is sufficient for Allah to condescend on you, to stoop down so low to your level, to be gentle on you, and He guides you towards your good tidings, towards your beneficent life.
But doctor, when a person is worried, like he is worried for his health or his parents' health or his kids' health, he's a lot worried, depressed. At that time only they call Allah, right?
Yes. Yes, but it is not they calling Allah. Allah has already called them and He has told them, don't worry. He has intended not a worry on them. He has intended to make them comfortable in mind. He has intended that will keep them gentle, and He will definitely take them to a state of affairs that everything is comfortably placed. So it is He who is calling you in the beginning, not that you are calling Him. Because of my worries, if I begin to understand that He's called, and then He is delivering to me, What more is there for me to call him again and say to him?
Doctor, for instance, there is a ayat in Quran wherein Ibrahim says, if I am sick, it is Allah who cures me.
Now do you understand? Allah has cured all the diseases of Ibrahim, Ayub, and every human being. The prophets and messengers are also human beings. And one or two instances given to you that the prophets and the Rasuls, the messengers, they call on Allah to purify them, to cure them of the diseases, right? It is because they tell the people, right? Not to Allah. How he has been living all along without diseases, how he has been cured of the disasters and distresses that he invited upon himself by the grace of Allah and by the forgiveness of Allah. He speaks this to the people.
Doctor, but when I am ill, okay, I pray to Allah, Allah, it is you who cures all. You are Shafi.
No, he cures.
Yeah, it is Allah who cures, right?
That's right. What's the
So I
doubt
say to
about
Allah,
it?
Allah, it is you who cures all. Please cure me.
No. As a mark of thanks to him, after the cure has affected on me, I faithfully call on him, showing him the gratitude that it is you who has cured me. Keep me in touch with you all the time. Never let me stay away from your thought. So thankfully, showing my thanks, I am with gratitude calling him and telling him it is you who has cured. It is who you will cure. It's not that you has cured. Because
So
I have already experienced that your cure has dawned on me.
When I am ill, what should I pray about?
Don't pray. Pray means call, right? It is not that I am supplicating. Pray means call. Dua.
Yes.
He is calling you when you are ill. Don't worry, I am with you.
But we are not able to hear that, right?
It is not hearing here. Feel. Feel is also hearing. In Allah's sense.
If I am not able to feel that, then what should be done?
Without your feeling, how can you ask that? How can you get in your mind that you want a cure from your disease? Who can cure? Because you went to doctors, this and that. For example, I'm saying, you go to all the avenues of your life, seek benefits from everyone. Nothing comes to your rescue. Now you turn to God, right?
Yes.
Without Him, in the first instance, having given you that you must be relieved of it, that's my intention. You would not even have this word in you that you must be relieved. You would not have gone anywhere else also. But for him, you would not think that I need a cure. I need a relief from such and such problems.
Doctor, one of my friends is suffering from corona. He's,
there's no corona in the first place.
Okay, whatever disease, he is, seriously ill now.
It is, if you want to know the real reason for that, go to chapter 2, verse number 10. Read.
There is a disease in their hearts.
Wait.
So Allah
Wait. There is a disease in the heart. Allah doesn't speak of any other disease anywhere in the body, but a disease in the heart. Not even the heart is not the physical heart, in the heart, the mind. Is it the mind or the physical heart?
Mind.
Mind. There is a disease in the mind. Nowhere else there's disease. This is Quran. Do you understand this?
Yes.
There's nowhere else any disease except the disease in the heart. That's in the mind. All the other things, your medicine is a lie. Absolute lie. Do you believe this?
Yes, doctor, I do believe, but I am seeing that lots of
Don't go to bed. I have not completed 210. Don't go to bed.
Okay. Sorry.
So there's no this. So anyone says there's a disease outside of my mind, is he lying or not?
Yes.
Lying against Allah or not?
Yes.
Lying against his own conscience or not?
Yes.
Yes. So Allah increases them in the diseases. And there's going to be a lot of more problems to him, maybe even to the point of death. It might happen. Read the next line.
So Allah added to their disease, and they shall have a
Allah.
painful chastisement because they lied.
So what's your question now?
Yes, doctor.
If you're not mindful, the disaster will be most striking on you. Chapter 10, verse number 100.
Shall I read, doctor?
Yeah, read. I don't read, you read.
And it is not for a soul to believe except by Allah's permission.
Once, wait. What do you mean by this? Are you a Mu'min or not?
Yes, doctor.
It is by your choice or by Allah's will? You'll be a
Allah's
Mu'min.
leave. Allah's leave.
So we cannot call ourselves a Mu'min. Let Allah make me a Mu'min. This is supplication. Make me a believer in your word. So I will not be worried at all in all my life. I will not be suffering at all in all my life. The patience will cover me up, beautifully embrace me whenever I am put into distress, because you are with me when I am patient. That belief must be there. Allah is with those who are patient.
That belief must be there.
That belief you must ask from him. He is the granter of belief. His name is Mu'min, not you. You are Abdul Mu'min, but you will never call yourself Abdul Mu'min, but Mu'min myself. You are, huh? Yes,
I seek forgiveness.
yes. So don't call you a Mu'min. That is the problem. Allah will increase you in your distress, and the whole world will be against you because you call yourself Allah. Allah will forgive anything but association. You are associating yourself with me. And you deliver from here, you are a kafir, you are a mu'min, you are a Muslim, you go to Jannah, you go to heaven. Fatwa. This were our leaders, not now. And I am praying for the deceased, for the dead body. The soul has been captured already. They are praying for the dead body. Get this body to Jannah. The moment you die, the souls are captured, your file is closed. After that, what is in there? Good for good and bad for bad, right?
Yes.
Who will change? These people,
No.
the mullahs and the imams and the janazah prayer?
Nobody.
But they do. Because they are calling themselves mu'min. They are the people who will grant their faith to the people. Never. In the process, they will split because of the enmity. They want the crowd. They want the people to live upon, like a parasite.
Yes, doctor. Yeah, please go ahead. Sorry.
1000 complete. Nobody can call themselves a mu'min.
Any
But
caste
they can say, make me a mu'min.
Yes, doctor.
So, oh, the grantor, I am Abdul Mu'min. I am not a mu'min. Never call you a mu'min. Never consider a person who thinks he is a mu'min, who believes he is a mu'min, and who judge others as kafir. So, in whose hands is the judgment? Who is a kafir and who a Muslim is, a mu'min is? In Allah's hands. But you have taken upon you, so you are a despised person in the entire world. All the bearded people who think that they are more closer to Allah, and the Jannah is reserved for them. Allah says, be despised in this world as apes and swine. This
Yes,
is
doctor.
the curse of Allah. So we are never consider yourself a woman hereafter and seek Allah's permission to make you a woman. 1000. Unless you give a thought, we will never become a woman, and you don't call yourself a woman, but instead say Abdul Mu'min. Like you put Abdul to any of his names.
Yes, doctor.
How Shaitan has deceived you. You are a woman, because you are a bird, you are circumcised, you have made you have said the Shahadat. That's all. Well, now you can go as a woman, wear a topi, Allah is with you. Never. What's the second line in 1000? Chapter 10, verse 100, what's the second line?
Second line is, he casts uncleanness on those who will not understand.
Yes. Who will not give a thought. Whoever calls himself a woman, uncleanness is cast on him. Now the heart is far from purified. There's a disease now in the heart. He will believe everything falsehood. He will not believe Allah. Other than Allah, he will believe everything. So Corona is there or not now? Allah says, even while you're suffering, I am with you. How can the Corona be there? If you really believe in me, you believe in the fear created by the shaitans more than the good tidings from me. Don't worry about it. I am with you even long before you start acquiring the disease. Acquiring, it is not genuinely present with liveliness. You are acquiring from the other people what otherwise is not true. There is a disease in the heart. After that, you fall sick to the ghostly disease. Because you like that I have corona, I increase the disaster, distress, and defect in you. So fear Allah. Who will say all this thing to your friend? He believes more in, not in God, but the reverse of it, DOG.
Doctor, the truth is, most of the people, 100% of the people we are surrounded with, believe in this. So what as a believer we should do now?
Believe in other than God, right?
Yes.
So we should be staying away from them. Join us with those who have received your blessing, your mercy and kindness. Let us not join with the people upon whom God's wrath and anger and his curse descended upon.
Doctor, now if you say this, there are people in Yemen who are suffering from hunger because of the war
They
created
believe
by
in
the
other than Allah, that's all.
So we should not help them.
War is not imposed on you, but patience and perseverance in patience. And listen to God. Don't call God. You have no purity to call God, but He's got every kindness to call you.
We should not help them.
It won't reach them. That means it won't profit them, even if it reaches. They believe in the armed powers, armed struggle. They call Allah Akbar and kill. They set out on the killer path, calling God. But God says, be patient. Read chapter 865. Read chapter 8, verse number 65.
Okay, doctor. O Prophet, urge the believers to war. If there are 20 patient ones of you, they should overcome 200.
What does it mean? In the war situation, what you should do? Maintain patience or show your vigor and anger?
Being patient.
So what these people are doing? Jihad is what they are doing.
What is this,
They do
Dr.
not. They do not know Quran. They know only Hadith. That's all. Other than the book, they believe in other than the book, not the book. They believe in other than Allah, other than patience, other than perseverance in patience, other than listening to God when He's calling. They call Allah. All reverse.
Doctor, what
Even
does this mean? O Prophet, urge the believers to war.
urge the believers to war means what now? Anger or patience?
No, the next
Containing my
line
anger,
says,
overpowering my anger is the greatest war. Put down the war situation, aggravate not the war situation by patience and by beautiful communication. So first, I have a dialogue with you, I have forcible dialogue with you, I dispute with you, and I am becoming angry with you. To the point of destroying you, and he reaches to the point of destroying you. That's a war situation. Before the war erupts, there is a dialogue or not? There is discussion or not?
mostly yes.
Yes. Only when the discussion fails, you slip to war, right?
Right.
Why do you allow a discussion to slip away from you? Where has gone your patience and perseverance and patience and wisdom and God helps? When Allah is with you, be patient. He puts down the war situation. Anytime they may create a war situation. Now, in this state of ours, Hyderabad or Chennai or wherever, a war situation is created all the time. Because of your patience, a war has developed. An internal strife has not developed. It is descendant on Muslims, those people who believe in Iman. Otherwise, there have been the entire country would have gone into flames. The civil war would have developed. But Allah denied it because you had patience. Good sense prevailed over you. Right or not?
Right, doctor.
So, Allah will put down the war situation if only we stand by Allah. Allah's command comes to you whenever you are in the grip of fear. Do not fear. Whenever you're in the grip of anger, do not get angry. Be patient. 1 against 20, 1 against 10. One person is sufficient to overpower the 10, overwhelmingly overpower the 10. So you put down the war situation. All right.
All right, doctor.
So, anything else you want to ask concerning the present situation?
You know, doctor, this Yemen war I was talking about, they did not create the war. The other parties created the war upon them.
But you must create patience. Where has gone the patience? You are divided people. You are not Muslims. You are divided people. You have divided among yourselves into so many sections with whom Allah is not there. Are you divided people or not?
Yes, doctor.
How can Allah be of help to you? Chapter 3, 159. Read chapter 3, 159.
Okay, doctor. Thus, it is due to mercy from Allah that you deal with them gently. And had you been rough, hard-hearted, they would certainly have dispersed from around you. Pardon them, therefore, and ask pardon for them, and take counsel with them in the affair. So when you have decided, then place your trust in Allah. Surely Allah allows those who trust.
So trust in Allah and you decide what you must put out, how you must set out on your life from this moment onwards. Would you be forceful in your behavior, or would you be gentle, following the Latif, who is most gentle? You will follow his patience because he is Sabr, Sabr Allah, or you will follow your arrogance and hastiness. Which one will you follow?
Gentleness.
Then where from this viciousness come to you to fight against? A people who may be arrogantly disobedient to the command of Allah, who will win? The shortest, the, the most weak sections of people have overpowered many a greater nation. And many a greatest powerful nation have fallen to a small army, right?
Right.
So the Badr situation is there where you are a small people, they beat a large gathering army. Because of their resilience in keeping up the patience, the war-mongering people lost their sense. They are not able to contend you by way of beautiful, clear argument, and they cannot step out to the point of engaging in a war situation. They will be exposed of their intent to fight you, their intent to to do wrong to you. And when they are exposed, they are made to bow down before you because the people will not accept their fight against you. You are a formidable force because you are believing in Allah, you are believing in patience, you are more beautiful in your argument, and your status is far superior to them. And whoever wants to put you down by their arrogance and power, definitely they will hang their heads in shame.
True that, doctor.
So patience is most essential. These people are divided people among themselves. If you believe in Allah, can there be two Allah? Can there be Allah, four Allahs?
No, doctor,
Shia Allah
never.
is different, Sunni Allah is different, right?
Allah
Their
is
masks
one.
are different. Their masks are different.
Yes.
So Allah is different, right?
Allah cannot be different, but yes, they have different.
If you are a Sunni or you are Shia,
No, doctor, I am not
very
both.
good. So we don't belong to any section. If you belong to any section, you are a kafir. Don't identify you with any section they have divided about themselves. Never tread with them.
I
Never
have
have
seen
any
a
truck with them.
I have seen a video, doctor, wherein very, very small children are dying out of hunger in Yemen.
We cannot listen to or see those things because Allah says, when a disaster strikes, it will not strike you or you alone. It will remove everyone. But how they are captured is different. Small children, innocent people, old people, honorable people, everybody will be killed. But how their life will be gently taken, how they will be hardly plucked out from the soul is different, right?
Right.
So why do you worry? Small children, anyway, we have to die one day. How they died is important, right?
Right.
Chapter 81.
Verse number, doctor?
1. Wait. It's not 81. Chapter 79,
Okay.
1 and 2.
I swear by the angels who violently pull out the souls of the wicked.
That is one type of capturing, right?
Yes.
Hmm.
And by
Second.
those who gently draw out the souls of the blessed.
So now you understand what will
Yes,
happen to those who are dying. There are two ways of capturing the soul. One is beautifully taken, other is very harshly plucked out of their souls. Right?
Doctor.
right.
So how do you see Allah's words now?
Subhanallah, Doctor.
So do we help those people or cannot?
My heart says to help them, Doctor.
When Allah says you cannot.
Astaghfirullah. May Allah forgive me.
Salam, doctor.
Salam, tell me.
Doctor, you say that when you pray or when you cry to Allah, then it is not necessary to cry to Allah. But
You cannot call on him if you don't listen to his call.
whenever I think about the Almighty, and then the tears automatic rolls on my cheek.
That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. When you think about Allah, when you have fear, the tears doesn't matter. Think about the situation, and then you fear and tears are come out of denying Allah. That is problem.
No. Only I see that there is such a mighty, and He is forgiving each and every second of our life and each and every mistake of ours.
That
And
is
you
good, no? That is good,
so
no?
small, and you feel that, oh God, I'm making so many mistakes, and you are all the time forgiving, and you are such a Rahman. You feel that in your heart, and that's why the tear goes on and on.
That's right. That's good, no?
Alhamdulillah. No, I was afraid. You said not to cry, and I said, oh God, and am I again making a mistake?
No. Don't worry. It's not that way. It's good when I think about him. Tears just come out of my in the corner of my eyes because I revere him. I'm thankful to him. That's gratitude.
Alhamdulillah.
That's too good.
Alhamdulillah.
Not many people will have the tears like.
Alhamdulillah.
Anything else?
Not from my side, Doctor. Doctor, I have a request now.
Yes.
We from 7, 8, mostly it's been an year we have started this, Alhamdulillah. And this has been a wonderful experience for all, I guess. But can we now start, start a chapter and go one verse by verse? Maybe it will take a year or so, but
It will consume our life. Still not possible. I am giving you from here and there one verse, today one verse, according to the situation you are placed in. So the Quran must be spoken contextually, current context, right?
right.
For us to be guided. And it is not like methodical way from chapter 1 to chapter 114. Eventually, everything will be covered. One verse will not contradict the other verse. And the whole Quran is contextual, applicably contextual for all time to come, for all people. So a single verse, once recited here, it is applicable to all words, right?
Right.
So the Quran expects you to know in essence that Allah is one, none but Allah. There is no God other than Allah. The essence of Quran, the entire Quran, is only this. And whichever verse we take, now we understand totally the quintessential part of this Quran. We will not take each of us, one another, and call one another as God. And we will not associate anyone to God. And we will not make one another God. This is 364. Toward this end, all our understanding must confluence. Then the entire Quran we have recited with every single ayat.
Subhanallah, Doctor.
Take chapter 5, verse number 101. So contextually, you take the Quran. That's so good for you. Otherwise, it will not be sufficiently entering your heart and stay longer.
And when I revealed to the disciples, saying, believe in me and my apostle.
No,
They
5,
said-
101.
101. Sorry. O you who believe, do not put questions about things which, if it declare to you, may trouble you.
Do not question about things that is not a presenting situation now. The whole Quran is contextual. The whole text is contextual. So take everything in this world, every single aspect of this world, the news about the world, and deal with the current situation and deliver now from your problems, from your questions, from your doubts, clear it and start studying in the straight path. Just now, as you asked, what to do with the people of Yemen. All right? So that is contextual, very much contextual. So there is the guidance for you. Without context, if you start reading the Quran, I can bring from the very first verse to the last verse, and I can bring to the context and situation. But what you will say, no, he concocts certain things and willfully he joins things this way and that way, and he may be a designer while defining the Quran. Somebody must say that. That's the reason why I asked you a question. I asked from you to put out the questions, to come out with a need for clarification. Then they will understand how the Quran is linked to that. Instead of me linking to every situation. Do you understand?
Yes, Doctor. Subhanallah, Doctor. Subhanallah.
Alhamdulillah. I take leave now. Say salam to Allah.
Assalamu alaikum, Doctor.
Salam, doctor.
Salam, Doctor.
Salam.
Salam, doctor.
Wa alaikum salam.
Salam, Doctor.
Thank you, doctor.
Salam, doctor.
Salam, Doctor.
Salam. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you, sir.
Salam, Doctor.
Salam, doctor. Salam.
Thank you, doctor.
Salam, doctor.
Salam, doctor. He concocts certain things and willfully he joins things this way and that way, and he may be a designer while defining the Quran. Somebody must say that.